Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and we are 32 days away from Tennessee kicking off the season against Syracuse. Fall camp officially starts tomorrow. It is go time. It is football time in Tennessee, but it's media days today. Josh Heupel, some of the players are going to be meeting with the media. That's actually happening right now as I record this video, and you know what Josh Heupel is going to be asked. He's going to be asked about Boo Carter, and if you look over the course of the last 7 to 10 days and all the rumors that are out there, right, the gang-related activity stuff, the stuff about Boo Carter can't go back to Chattanooga, Boo Carter's AWOL, and it all started because Tony Basilio put out an update and said it's not a slam dunk that Boo Carter is going to be a part of this football team in 2025. And that's when the rumors really start to take off. And you got to sit back and try to piece together and figure out what is actually going on here. But when you look at what Basilio put out, when you look at what VolQuest put out, Austin Price and Brent Hubbs, I think one thing that we can kind of come together on is Boo Carter wasn't handling business the right way, right? He wasn't showing up to workouts on time. He wasn't showing up to team events on time. Sometimes he was just flat out missing team events. And what happens is team discipline, right? We had Sam Pendleton on the show, and he talked about that. If somebody shows up late, if somebody skips practice, that person isn't the one that's paying for those sins. It is the team. It is their teammates, their brothers. They're doing up downs till they puke. They're running extra laps. I think it's clear that that's what was going on. So now, is that where it ends? Was it just showing up late? Was it just not going about things the right way? Because there's a lot of rumors out there that the leadership team was sick of it. The leadership team was fed up with it. They had had enough. Guys like Miles Kittelman, guys like Joshua Josephs. There's been some rumors out there too. There's been some rumors of why did Boo Carter up and leave? Boo Carter was out in California. Why is that? Rumors of a fight in the locker room. And again, these are rumors. There's nothing concrete out there about it. But look, it's football. It's college football. That happens. Locker room fights happen. But where do we move forward from here? And this came out right before Josh Heupel met with the media. Chris Lowe over at ESPN tweets out a lot of speculation about the future of Tennessee defensive back Boo Carter the last 2 weeks after he missed multiple workouts. But sources tell ESPN that Carter is not being dismissed from the team. Coach Josh Heupel will address the situation at his press conference later Tuesday. Again, that is happening right now. And we go back, right, when Boo Carter's dad took to Facebook, and he says there's a lot of rumors out there, a lot of nonsense out there. You guys are going to get clarity on Tuesday. Well, it is Tuesday, and Josh Heupel is meeting with the media right now. We're going to go take a listen to his comments. What is the future for Boo Carter? We're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. But I need you guys to just do that YouTube stuff for me. Right down there below the video, if you'll smash the thumbs up, that's quick, free, and easy. If you like what we do here, we're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't sell you on that. What we are is exactly what you are. It's for the fans, by the fans. So if you like what we do, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, fall camp kickoff show. Come hang out for that. Also Thursday, we're going live at 2:15 p.m. Eastern time for the commitment of now 5-star athlete Celeste Moa. Will he choose Tennessee? We're going to cover it live right here on the channel, 2:15 p.m. Eastern time. But let's jump over and let's take a listen to what Josh Heupel said, because we knew he was going to be asked about Boo Carter. So he pulled the trigger right out of the gate, said, I know I'm going to be asked, so we're going to talk about it. Let's take a listen.
I know at some point I'm going to get a question about Boo, so I'm going to address that right now. Boo is a part of our team here. There's some things that he's got to accomplish to get back on the field with us. Don't have a set timeline on that. Our leadership council has been a part of those things, those discussions with me.
So let's start there. Boom, right out of the gate. Boo Carter is still a part of this football team, but he's got some work to do. And we talked about this as all these rumors were flying around, and is Boo Carter going to be kicked off? Boo Carter has a path back to the field. So what does he have to do? Josh Heupel talking about his leadership council, heavily involved here. Boo Carter's got to go earn the trust of his teammates, right? He's got to earn the trust of his coaches and everybody around him. But the bottom line, Boo Carter is still a part of this football team. That's big news. Now, you can take this however you want to take it. Nobody's bigger than the T. Does this mean that Boo Carter is bigger than the T? No, it means that Boo Carter is a brother. He's a teammate, and he needs to earn that respect, earn that path back to the field. Look, sometimes you need a second chance. Sometimes you need a third chance. But sometimes you got to put up a wall and say, that's it. Nobody's bigger than the T. We're moving on. Boo Carter's not to that point yet. So he is going to be a part of this football team. He has a path back to the field. Let's hear more from Josh Heupel.
And with Boo, I'm proud of what they've done. They care and love Boo, and want him to be his best too. And through this, I think Boo sees that as well. And at the end of the day, us collectively continuing to grow here through the course of training camp. I will be the one that will take questions on Boo. And that's today and here throughout the beginning part of training camp as well. Um, but proud of how our team has handled those things, and um, ultimately we'll handle those things internally. I'm not going to get into details on everything. So excited to roll. You guys are going to get a chance to hear from some of our staff and players today, but everybody in the building is ready to go for tomorrow. So with that, let's open it up.
I love the fact that he praises his leadership council, right? He says that these guys, they want what's best for Boo. They love Boo, and they want to give him that other opportunity. But again, it starts with the top man. It starts with the lead man. It starts with Josh Heupel. And we talk about culture, and you can't have this cancer in the locker room. But that also doesn't mean you just turn your back on your brother and you kick Boo to the curb. And we talked about that too, right? The transfer portal's not open. Boo doesn't have any options. Boo has nowhere to go. So if Boo Carter had been suspended, if Boo Carter had been kicked off this football team, I think it would have been detrimental to his future, to the NFL, to wherever he ends up next. So I think it's important that Josh Heupel is not just being critical of Boo and saying he needs to do things the right way, but he's also praising his leadership council for showing leadership and showing love and showing compassion to Boo and saying, hey, you can earn our trust back if you do things the right way. But the head man, the top dog, Josh Heupel, is going to handle all questions moving forward. I'm going to take a couple of questions here that the media asked too, because there were some questions about, were these mandatory events? Were they non-mandatory? And when we say non-mandatory, we throw up the air quotes, right? It's non-mandatory. No, it is required, and that's what Josh Heupel addresses here. Let's take a listen.
We have mics on each side. We'll start with Brent up front.
Yeah, Josh, how much dialogue over this month have you had with Boo, and kind of what's your policy with players not being around for quote summer volunteer workouts? Do you have a set policy on if they go work out with their trainer or somebody else? How does that work?
Yeah, and end of the day, it's a requirement to be here, be a part of what we're doing. And you know, there's a lot of information out of there, out in the world. Some of it's correct, some of it's not. I'm not going to address everything. Over the last week, we're disappointed with how some things were handled. At the end of the day, you have a conversation. What does it look like moving forward? And that's all parties. That's our leadership council, Boo, and our staff. And so it's not about what yesterday was; it's about today. And we'll see as we continue to progress where that leads us.
Are we being hypocritical here? Are we talking out of both sides of our mouth? Am I talking out of both sides of my mouth? Because Nico goes AWOL. Nico ghosts Josh Heupel. Nico disappears. Josh Heupel kicks him off the team, says nobody's bigger than the T. We're all celebrating that. But now here with Boo Carter, I'm kind of saying, man, I think he deserves another opportunity. But the difference is, was there communication here? Was he still talking to Josh Heupel when he went AWOL, when he went out to California? Was the lines of communication still open? And I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. But feel free to call me a hypocrite if we say nobody's bigger than the T when it just applies to Nico, but Boo Carter, maybe he is bigger than the T. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Let's hear one more from Josh Heupel.
Yes, I had. Parts of it, yes. I'm not saying every day, but yes.
Okay, he just answered that question. You couldn't hear Hubs there. Were you having communication with Boo Carter? Yes, not every day, but yes, it was there. So that checks that box. So there's a difference between disappearing and not responding to a call from your coach and disappearing, but still having those lines of communication open, and maybe that's why Boo Carter has a path back to the field. Let's hear one more here.
Yeah, Josh, do you always consult with your leadership council when you're making a decision involving discipline a player?
I think always is probably a stronger word than I would say always. My wife would tell you would get me into trouble. But I think each situation is unique. And I think, in leadership, it's important that you step back and, try to look at it from different angles as well. Ultimately, in this case, we had, conversations with multiple parties.
So that's it. I'm going to stop there. I'm sure Josh Heupel is not done answering questions about Boo Carter. He will probably continue to answer questions about Boo Carter. But the bottom line is Boo is still going to be a part of this football team in 2025, and that's a good thing, man. Like me and Kaner did the mock draft, and we did it a couple of months ago. And then when Nico got kicked off the team, we had to redo it. Nico was picked number 1, and Boo Carter was picked number 2. And when we redid the draft, Kaner took Boo Carter number 1. So the bottom line is you could not afford to lose the 2 best players on your football team heading into this 2025 season. So I'm glad that Josh Heupel, that the leadership council, that everybody was able to work this thing out. And now Boo Carter needs to go handle his business. He needs to do things the right way. He needs to earn the trust back of his teammates and his coaches, and let's go play football for 2025. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. You can go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. You can also support the channel by hitting that join button right down there below. It's $1 a month, helps keeps the lights on, helps support this channel. You get custom Talkin VAWLS emojis. We're going to be doing members only streams starting soon. If you're not a member, those won't be available. If you want to give $1 a month, you can come hang out for those shows. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.